What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Book Talk, or whatever the heck I'm calling this thing. You know, it's your boy P90, and today we are going to talk about some books. I know I'm late, but to be fair, I live in a one bedroom with my daughter, and when she sleeps, I sleep because I gotta go to work, right? I work overnight, so I don't got time to do this all the time, but I wish I did. I'm happy that I'm doing this episode now, though, because I got some good stuff to talk about. We're going to get into spoilers for Crescent City. We're going to talk about Verity, because I am reading that right now. And we're going to talk about two other books that I finished a while back, but I would like to talk about because I finally remember what the hell they're about. So, let's just get into it. No need to catch up. We're here for books, not personal life. So let us start. Alright, so the first book I'm going to start with is There's Someone Inside Your House. Yeah, that's what this is. Stephanie Perkins. I feel like I read something or I own something else by Stephanie Perkins, but for now, we're just going to talk about this because that's all I can remember right now. Very, very fun book. And a book where, like, if you were in this book, you would think that you're crazy because there's someone who just keeps coming in your house and doing weird things. Like, you put a timer on for like an hour, and then all of a sudden that timer's off, and it's like one of those little twisty timers. So, like, you put it on. There's no reason you turned it off. It's not like it was on your phone and you accidentally hit the X or something. No. Your little twisty timer that was in the kitchen is off. How the fuck did that happen? How did you oversleep? Why are my cabinets open? What is wrong with me? Why would I leave every cabinet open? And then next thing you know, death. It's a really fun story. And sadly, this has a Netflix movie adaptation. That movie fucking sucks. Sorry, I don't know. Was that too early to curse, YouTube? Well, it's not like I'm getting monetized for this yet. But anyway, this book is actually very fun. It's like a teen slashery horror book, but it's enjoyable. I like this a lot. I picked this up at the same time as my best friend's Exorcism, which I would talk about. I mean, I guess I could still talk about that, but my daughter destroyed that book because it was on the shelf and she could get to it, and she just like beyond murdered that book. It's hard to look at. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to show you how bad it is. I don't even know where it is anyway. Anyway, this book, this one right here, I recommend this if you are looking for a nice thriller, some mystery going on, a little bit of teen drama, like high school drama, but mostly just here to find out who's fucking with these people and why they're so mischievous. Now, there's actually a couple kills in this book, which I like. I don't really like when a book is like one kill and the rest is just finding this guy or girl. The suspense is the only thing keeping you going, but there's really nothing at stake here because you don't really get to see anything else. But this book, no. There's some killing here. There's a showdown type of scene, and it's actually written really well. I think I would buy another book from Stephanie Perkins. I recommend this book, like I said, if you're into any of that. Now, on to the next book. Honestly, I don't remember if I mentioned this last time. I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. But I'm going to mention it again. I probably should have double checked. But I had a really small window to do this episode, so I just hopped on and was like, I didn't read any of these books. Then I seen Carrie and I was like, I don't think I told you guys about this book. But anyway, I like this book a lot. And to me, this is one of those instances where the book is better than there might be a cat in this video. The cat's name is Artemis. I don't know if you can see her, but she just invaded my space. Anyway, Carrie, really good book. Super good. All the detail is great. It really shows you how crazy her mom is. It really shows you how much her life sucks. And it actually really emphasizes the whole witch thing. Like, how it's going on. It's, how long it's been with her. Stuff like that. And I think, Artemis, what are you doing? Alright, I'll leave you alone. I think it does. This is better than the movie just because it gives you so much detail. And the movie's actually pretty enjoyable. I like the movie personally. But this book, if I ever want to watch Carrie again, I might just pick up this book and read it. It's not even that long. This book's only like 181 pages, right? Super short. You can get through this book, enjoy it, and then move on to your next thing. I actually read this after I read some long book. I want to say it was after Crescent City, but it could have been after a really big Stephen King book. But anyway, the book's short, super fun, and somehow even this short book has a lot of good details. But to be fair, the words are pretty small. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to record in 4K, but it might not focus good enough. But the words are pretty small. So, like, in reality, the book's probably really like 230-ish pages. Don't bite me, I'm recording. So yeah, Stephen King Carrie. Hardcovers only when possible. Always go for the hardcovers. Oh, I'm gonna go finish this book tomorrow. I didn't know I was that close to the end. Without necessarily spoiling this book. By the way, Crescent City, full spoilers when we get to that. I know we talked about it last time, but I finished it, so full spoilers. So after this book, just be prepared for that. Anyway, Verity by Colleen Hoover. Fantastic book so far. Literally, really, really enjoying it. I'm loving every second of it. This woman right here, this woman, Verity, that's a woman. She's a writer. Something happened to her. She can't write her books right now. So she hires someone to, Artemis, please stop biting me. So she hires someone to co-write her books, or at least her agents do. And that woman goes to her house and learns a lot about the family as she prepares to try and write the books for her. But it gets really weird. And you find out how much of a weirdo Verity is. Verity actually has 3 children. And you learn about those children. And she's married. And you learn about how she feels about her husband and how their life is going on. Because our writer who's helping Verity finds her manuscript for her autobiography, which she never published. It was just hidden away in her office. And she's just reading all these things. And then she just gets horrified and disgusted. And she starts to think that this woman is crazy. And I'm starting to think that this woman is crazy. And I think if you like crazy, if you like suspense, you should check this book out. Now, this isn't a murder book. This is just very suspenseful. At least it's not a murder book yet. I don't know. Didn't finish it. Got like 100 pages left. But for now, it's just a really, really thrilling book. Subliminally creepy with true Hoover pulse. I've been waiting for a thriller like this for years. Terry Fisher, from New York Times best-selling author, said that was a quote. It's really good. I don't usually care or trust the little quotes about the books, but this one is good. I can't remember where I first heard this from. It was one of the books. That's what I meant to do. I'm gonna shout out another book YouTuber, but I'm gonna shout them out in the comments because I can't remember their channel's name, but she does really good content, and I always am finding something new to put on my list from her. But anyway, yeah, Verity. Sorry, again, I just had like a snap moment to do this. So it's a little unprepared, but it's authentic. I like authentic. If you listen to the podcasts, you know that. It's just authentic. I mean, that's why it's called Off the Dome. Well, the other show. I don't remember if I call this show Off the Dome. It's been a while. It's really been a while. But anyway, that's Verity for you. 3 books that so far I recommend or very much like. I'm not going to hold it the entire time because this book is big, and even though it's not heavy, holding things gets a little tiring. But Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City trilogy. Unless she obviously adds more books to it. I don't know if you guys can hear the people screaming outside behind me, but they're not with me, okay? I'm just trying to do a show for y'all. But anyway, Crescent City, fantastic book. If you like fantasy, if you like a little bit of like mystery, murder, love, steamy, it gets steamy, but it's a lot of holding back the steamy for like 90% of the book. And then once the steamy just comes out, the whole room is just fogged up. Like it's fogged, and you're clapping in the. If you could telepathically hold the book down, you'd just be clapping while you're reading. You're just like, yes, this is good. Oh man. So if you weren't here for the first episode, but you decided to check this episode out, a little summary about the book, from what I can remember, off the dome-ish, like always, because that's the theme of all my YouTube shows, is off the dome. We have a character named Bryce, and she has a friend named Danica. And Danica ends up dying in a really horrific way, and she gets really depressed and sad, and she feels like it's a little bit of her fault and things like that in some cases, and people hate her for Danica's death. So years later, she gets hired to help solve another murder or attack that is very similar to Danica's death, right? So in the process, she gets paired up with an angel named Athalar. I can't necessarily remember his name, but it's very close to that. I could open the book right now, and I'm sure his name is on like any of those random pages. She says his name a lot. His name is written a lot. But the book has a lot of really good world building. It's got a lot of magic in it. It feels fantastical. It feels like a real fantasy. But anyway, they are playing detective. They're over here trying to figure out who is summoning these demons from hell, these really, really powerful Crystalios demons. And when they do find it out, it's actually really, really insane. And then you realize this person's insane. And honestly, I was a little surprised. I did not expect it to be who it was. I was also surprised when it turned out Alethar was like not bad, but he definitely was doing some real shady shit. And then I was just like, dog, why would you break Bryce's heart like that? You can't just do that. She loved you. She was fighting for you. She bonded to you when she had no one else. And you tore her apart. But then they end up managing to get back together. And like they help each other in the last most important moments. Even Danica comes back to help. And it's just so beautiful. It's great. And then you find out that this horn, an item that they were looking for in the book, is actually a part of her. And like, technically, that means she's like really fucking powerful. Even though she's supposed to be half human, half fae, right? So she's not supposed to be as powerful as she is. You really get to understand how powerful she is in those last, like, 60 pages. Oh my gosh. That book is really good. Probably did a horrible job explaining it, but I don't want to tell you all about it because I want you to read it. It's so good. Like I told you a lot of the good, like the important beats, but when you read that, it's one of those things where it's like someone could spoil it for you and it's a good chance it might turn you off. But if it doesn't, you'll read it and you'll be like, holy shit, the words make this book 10 times better. Like, I'm very excited to read part 2 of this series. I kind of need it. It's a really interesting world that she built here. Oh yeah, sorry. Author, Sarah J. Maas. My bad. But yeah, Sarah J. Maas built a beautiful world here. A fantastic one. One that you can get lost in, and I think you should give a try. If you like House of Night, which we talked about in the last episode, you should give that book a try. It's like House of Night on steroids outside of school. So it's not like House of Night, but it's like House of Night. Cause like they're not in school. She's in. That's the other thing that's great about this. She's not in school. So if you need something that feels more adult, this is the book for you. If you're into that fantasy stuff, if you grew up reading House of Night like me, this is a book that you read and you'd be like, hell yeah, this is what I want. It's kind of like how gamers say they want a Persona game that doesn't take place in school. It's like, all right, well, I mean, that's the equivalent of that. At least in conversation wise. It's not a Persona book at all. If you're a gamer, you get the reference. All right, enough of my rambling. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will somehow get more episodes out to you. I'm trying to keep it on a monthly basis. Technically, it may not have been an exact month, but I believe it was the following month. Like, it was supposed to be done on August 1st, but it's like August 20th or 19th or something. But hey, I did it, and one thing about me, I'm not gonna stop. It might be late, but I won't quit. So thank you very much, and do some reading, leave some comments, tell me about any of these books if you read them, tell me if you liked them, if you hated them. Feel free to also give me some feedback. You know, I will adjust. I'm good at adjusting to feedback, and I also just like doing these, so whatever works for you guys. If you don't mind the rambling type aspect, I'll do that. If you want me to talk more about something specific in the book, just let me know and I'll make sure to put that in there. So like, comment, subscribe, there will be more, and make sure to tell me about your favorite book that you're reading right now, or the books that I mentioned that you liked or why you hated them. I really do like reading this stuff. I do this for discussion. I do this because I like talking. As you can see, I am a yapper, as they say today. And I also just genuinely like hearing what other people have to say about the things that I indulge in. I might add some manga every now and then, like one manga per episode or something like that, if I get back into it, or one graphic novel, because I also read a lot of comics and shit. But for right now, those novels. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Don't eat my hair. Bye.